You wouldn't believe it, but growing too fast can actually have some negative effects. It really hurts you down the line, okay? You can grow theme pages fast, but just because you're growing fast doesn't mean it's always good, because you can have growth that is bad, okay? And the wrong kind of growth can quietly ruin the asset that you are trying to build and turn it into a liability. Okay, think about this. You can have a post that takes off and then have another one go viral. You'll have your notifications exploding, your phone's blowing up, the follower count is actually climbing, the numbers are increasing, and then suddenly, the page feels like a great success, that everything that you're doing is working. And so, like most people, you just do what everybody else does and you make whatever is already working, in a sense, you make more of it. So the content that just went viral, you do another video the exact same way so that it goes viral as well. But you do this so often, and a few months down the line, your theme page may look successful by the numbers on the outside. You got the reach, you have the follower count, you got the crazy views, okay? And it's proof that the algorithm is actually pushing your account, pushing the content that you're putting out there. But there's a major problem. You have no idea what to sell to the people that are following your page. The viewers that you have on your content, you have no idea what to sell them, okay? And then when you try to finally put an offer out there, almost nobody or nobody buys that offer, okay? The biggest mistake people make with theme pages is they think that the goal is to build a large account first and then figure out the business later. That is the wrong way to go about it, okay? It's two sides of the same coin. You have to be able to build both, okay? A theme page is not valuable because you can get a lot of people to follow your page. It becomes valuable when it is repeatedly attracting the right kind of attention. You have to understand that theme pages are a distribution asset. That is what you are building. If you don't build it in a way correctly to build an asset, you're just building a liability. That's just the way it goes. You pick and choose which one you want to build. Okay? A theme page is not just a social media account. It's a distribution asset built around a specific interest, a problem, a desire, an identity, or a market. Okay? The distinction matters because the goal is different from building a personal brand. With a personal brand, people may follow you because they like the person, your personality, your lifestyle, the opinions that you have, your story may be relatable, but the creator themselves can become the reason why people stay for your page. For theme pages, they don't have that advantage. It's different. The topic has to do more of the work. The ideas have to do more of the work. The positioning itself has to do more of the work. And because there's usually no personality carrying the account, the relationship between the content, the audience, the market has to be much tighter. And this is exactly why theme pages become so powerful when they're built correctly, when you build it like a true asset. Because you're not asking people to become fans of you. You're not. What you are building is a destination around something they already care about. Like I said, around an interest, a problem, a desire, an identity, or a market. But before we even go any further, I need you to understand that there are numbers that can still lie to you. Yes, the numbers can lie to you. Theme pages make it especially easy to get hypnotized by the numbers. You can have crazy views, crazy followers, likes, shares. You can reach all of those and feel like you're making progress because everything is increasing and moving forward. But none of them answer the most important question. Who is this actually on the other side of the page? Who is actually your viewer on the other side of your content? I need you to imagine two different theme pages, okay? The first has hundreds of thousands of followers because it posts celebrity drama, random motivational videos, viral money clips, anything loosely connected to wealth. The second is smaller, but most of its audience is interested in side hustles, online businesses, digital products, AI tools, content creation, or just creating additional income streams in general. Okay, which one would you rather own if your goal was to monetize through information products? The second page. It would make a little bit more sense, right? The second page may have fewer followers, but it has something far more useful. It has audience alignment. Write that down. Once money enters the conversation, who follows your page starts mattering more than how many people actually follow it. 100 loyal fans, loyal followers are more important than a million followers that don't care about you at all. You see, every viral post selects the future audience that you have. Okay, this is where theme pages grow actually gets really interesting. You see, every piece of content is doing two different jobs. It is trying to earn attention, but it is also deciding what kind of person gets pulled into the account. Every idea attracts a certain viewer. Everyone saves, every save that you get teaches the platform something. It gives the platform the algorithm data. Okay, every share expands the content into similar groups. Every follower starts to slowly change the makeup of your audience that you own. That means a theme page is being built one content idea at a time. One post, one story, everything that you put out at a time. Okay? You are not simply asking the algorithm for more reach. What you are doing, you are training the audience of the asset. This becomes dangerous when your only goal is virality, because the content most likely to produce a huge number is not always the same content that most likely is building a valuable market. Okay? Suppose you run a business or a wealth theme page and you publish something like 5 celebrities who went completely broke. That can perform incredibly well. You can get good views on that. But if it explodes, ask yourself, what kind of person does this attract? Mostly it's going to attract people that are interested in celebrities, gossip, curiosity, entertainment, or people that are just somewhat loosely interested in money. Okay? Now compare that with why people watch side hustle videos for months and then just never start one. Okay? That idea can still spread, but now you're more likely attracting the people interested in side hustles, online businesses, additional income, or just starting something for themselves on the side. You see, the second post does more than just get attention. It qualifies the attention that you get. And when you repeat that hundreds of times, the difference becomes massive. Okay? Understand that virality is useful when the audience is right. Virality, on the other side, the flip side, is harmful when the audience is wrong. The lesson is not to avoid viral content. Theme pages live on reach. You want to be discovered. You want posts to travel and go viral. You want people who have never heard your page see your content. But there's a better question that needs to be asked: whether something can go viral. Ask yourself this: if this becomes the biggest post on my page, do I want thousands of more people that like this one, attracts, bring people in, see my page? Is these the type of people that I want? That changes everything, okay? There is random reach where almost anybody can, engage, but then there is even more relevant reach where the idea is still broad enough to spread, but naturally pulls in the people who belong somewhere inside the market that page serves. You see, the best theme page content lives between those two. Okay? You should be going broad and traveling and trying to go viral, but you need to go viral in the right audience that attracts the right audience. Okay? You need to be specific enough to actually matter. And you have to be interesting enough to earn the right attention. And you need to be relevant enough that the new follower still makes sense for the business behind your page. This is how you get the growth without losing the audience. Okay? You don't have to pick and choose. Oh, I'm focusing on trying to make money and make revenue. Oh, I'm trying to focus on just growing my page and going viral. You can have both. This is why the niche matters. Okay? When people talk about theme pages, niche selection usually gets treated like just a growth decision. Which niche gets views, which niches are trending, which niche, has the most viral content that will help me out. Now, those things matter. But if you want to monetize a page, a niche selection is also a market decision. Understand there's a deeper level to it. You are choosing the type of person the page will repeatedly have to access. A fitness theme page or a business theme page may both grow, but they attract different markets. They'll have people that have different desires, different problems, or different buyer behaviors. But even inside that same niche, the audience can be very different. like we'll take business for example, okay? One theme page may attract startup founders, while the other one may attract freelancers. Or you can have another page attract e-com operators. You can even have some that are complete beginners who simply just want a side hustle, okay? All of those live under business, but they do not want the same things. This is why choosing your niche is important, but it's only just the very beginning, okay? The niche defines the market. We have to dive even deeper in the niche. The ideas that you put into content for your page, this is what determines which people inside your market actually gather into your page, into your ecosystem, okay? You have to start with the person the theme pages is supposed to attract. Your ideal client, viewer, customer, whatever you want to say. Who is that person? You see, most people will start a theme page by asking what content they just want to repost. Or, they'll look at the accounts they want to model or recreate. They'll look at the videos that are already going viral and kind of just try to recreate those. Or, what type of posts they could just make consistently and very easily. You see, those they're useful, okay? Those aren't necessarily the completely wrong questions. They're helpful, but they're still not the right ones, okay? What I would start is one step earlier, okay? Ask yourself this. Who do I want this page to become valuable to? Now let's say we're focusing on building an AI avatar page, okay? This is still a theme page, but it's specifically using AI for our content. But a lot of those pages, they are created because they have a specific problem that they are speaking to through these AI avatars to their ideal audience, their ideal client that they have, whether it's the health and wellness. There's been a lot of them that are talking about using natural remedies that you've seen, the monks that talk about natural remedies, how to cause, whatever gut health, whatever it may be. It's a very, specific problem that a specific person has that they can put an AI avatar speaking directly to that, and they build an entire page around those, okay? You have to understand that you are creating an entire world for this ideal client that you have, okay, that has specific problems, desires, frustrations, questions, and beliefs that then you are going to create content around and build this world to help them feel seen, heard, related, and be able to give them the actual solution, okay? This is what gives theme pages depth. You are building a world for that target audience, that ideal client that you have. A strong theme page should be broader than the product. You have to understand that your theme page needs to be broader than your product, okay? This is another trap that I see over and over and over again. Once somebody knows what they eventually want to sell, they'll just make a theme page painfully narrow. They'll just limit themselves way too deep, okay? If your future offer is about an AI avatar creation kit, suddenly every post becomes that exact product category. And then eventually the account stops feeling like a media property, just starts feeling like a sales page, and you're just forcing that down your audience's throat every single post. Okay, this is not what you want. The page needs enough range to grow. Like we said, you're continuing to grow, but you are also having deeper content that will funnel to your offers, okay? Think of the content in 3 layers. You have the broad desire. This is the emotional world that brings people in. Maybe the audience wants to create better content. They want to learn how to use AI more effectively, how to save time. They want to stand out more visually. They want to create without actually just filming themselves or just building something that will look a little bit more professional for them, okay? You also have to have the active interest. This is where the beginners are trying to explore. This is about AI tools, videos, avatars, image generation, character creation, voice tools, content flows, prompts, automation, okay? But you also need the direct solution. This is where the product becomes relevant, okay? Out of the 3, this is the one that product is actually more relevant. Okay, this is where you're talking about AI avatar prompt packs, character consistency systems, video workflow templates, style guides, editing systems, tool stacks, or even just more training. Okay, a strong theme page can publish across all 3 layers, not just one. Don't limit yourself to one. Okay, that gives you reach without becoming random. It gives you a variety without losing position. This is how you build an actual relationship with your audience. This is how you get more people into your page that haven't seen your content before. And this is how you get them to move from being just a follower to an actual buyer. And it's most importantly to understand, this lets you attract people before they even need to find the exact solution. It's a funnel system in itself. When you have different content that kind of helps explain the problem that they have and understanding, what your page is about, and then actually showing and providing a solution, you created this ecosystem to where they understand the problem and they show you, oh, I already am in the right place to get the solution for it. Okay? A theme page should build beliefs, not just followers. Okay? Getting the right person to follow the page is only half the job. The next part is changing how they think. Okay? This is the biggest difference between a theme page that just gets traffic and a theme page that actually becomes a business. See, many pages are nothing more than just endless feeds of tips, random clips, facts, or examples, or just inspiration. Okay? The content itself may be useful, but there is no deeper progression. The audience does not develop a clear understanding of the problem. They'll just sit there and they won't begin seeing the opportunity differently, and there is no reason your eventual offer should feel connected to everything or anything they consumed before. Okay? A monetizable theme page should slowly build a worldview. An AI avatar page might repeatedly show that a good AI content is not about using more tools. It is about better creative direction. It might just teach them consistently matters more than just variety. It might even teach them that consistency matters more than novelty, okay? Or just explain why the same character needs to be defined by their looks, the voice, the tone, and the visual identity. It might even show why weak prompts will only create weak results. Or it might even teach why the tools that you choose matter less than the workflow around the tool. You see, you have to see that something is happening beneath the content. The viewer is learning how to think about the niche. That is where trust begins, okay? The offer should feel like a natural extension of the page. It shouldn't just be random. Imagine somebody discovers an AI theme page because of the post showing realistic AI characters. Later, they see a piece explaining why most AI avatars look inconsistent from video to the next. Then they learn about the prompt structure, they see the breakdowns of the different tools, and they see another post explaining how to keep characters' faces, their clothing, the style, their voice, personality consistent across not only just one piece of content, but all of your pieces of content. And then over time, they begin seeing AI avatar creation differently. They'll stop thinking the problem is simply finding the newest tool, and they'll start understanding that the real advantage comes from having a repeatable system. And then eventually, when you're introducing an AI avatar character system or a prompt library or a template pack or training, the offer doesn't feel just random. It fits within your system, and it feels like the next step for them. That's the goal. That is how they get from followers to buyers. Okay? The same process should create the offer. Okay, this is where theme pages become even more valuable. The audience you built can help tell you what to sell. Most people will build the offer completely backwards. They'll create an ebook, course, membership, prompt pack, or toolkit because they think it sounds useful. Okay, it's a personal decision they think. When you have to think of your audience, then they'll go searching for people who might want it. But a theme page lets you do that reversed. You could build the market first, and then you can actually just listen to them. Watch your comments. Watch what people are saving. Watch the DMs that are coming in, or watch just the posts that are repeatedly outperforming. Watch the people that are what they're asking for. Watch what they're complaining about, their issues. Watch what they actually get stuck at. This is not just the engagement. This is the market research happening inside your content itself, inside your own ecosystem. And the same page that generates traffic can become the research engine for future informational products. Okay? Your content will tell you what people actually care about if you do it correctly. I need you to think about, a relationship. When somebody stops on a post or they're telling you that the topic matters enough to interrupt your scrolling, when they save it and they're telling you that it has future value, when they comment with a question and they're showing you just a gap, when a dozen of people are asking variations of the same questions, you may be looking at the real problem. Okay, this is going to be when those same people start asking the templates or asking for your systems, instructions, your tools, prompts, the deeper explanations. But now you're just getting closer to something that might pay to solve. Okay, with content, you're trying to understand what this market cares about enough to pay attention. With an offer, you go a level deeper and you ask what this market actually cares about enough to even pay to solve. Those two questions should live inside your same theme page. Okay? Do not manufacture demand if the audience is already showing it to you. A weak way to build an info product is to create something first and then spend months convincing people why they need it. A better approach is to identify a desire that already exists. People already want outcomes. An AI avatar audience may want better looking characters or more realistic videos, a stronger consistency. They want a faster workflow. They want easier prompts to use. And they just want fewer failed generations. Okay? A fitness audience may want to lose weight or just build muscle. They want to eat better. They're just going to want to follow a more simpler routine. People that are, wanting to learn about money, might want to budget better, invest more intelligently. They, want to make additional income, or they just want to understand where their money is going. The market is already carrying the desire. Your job is to notice it and then build that solution around it. Okay? A strong offer does not have to invent the destination. The audience already wants the destination. The offer gives them a clear path to reach it. This is why theme pages can be such a powerful business asset if they build it correctly. They do not just give you a distribution machine. They give you ongoing windows into the market, into what people truly want. Okay? The page can tell you what product to build. Suppose you're running a theme page around AI avatars. And at first, the content meant cover just AI characters, new AI tools, examples of, what creators are producing, or just different styles, or even just interesting use cases of these tools. Okay, and as your page grows, patterns start to appear. You start to see people asking how to make AI avatars more realistic, or others want to just know how to keep up with the same character consistency across multiple videos. You even have some that are just confused about the tools or which ones work best. Others want more prompts. They need help with the voice setups or workflows, the templates. But at some point, there are no longer random questions, okay? These are the product signals. Maybe the audience keeps struggling with character consistency, and that could be a prompt pack that you create, or a character workflow guide that you create for them. Maybe they're just consistently asking how to create realistic talking avatars, and that can be turned into a step-by-step training for them. Okay, they may even just want to have ready-made characters, structures having in prompts, scenes, the scripts already done for them, and that could just be a template library that you can create for them. Okay, the point is not that every question should become a product. The point is that the page gives you direct access to what the market wants, and the market will start to show you what it values and what they truly need. Okay? Now, you're not just asking, what random digital products could I sell? You are asking better questions. You're asking, what problem inside this niche keeps appearing strongly enough that people would pay for a better solution? This is the much better question you need to ask yourself. Okay? The niche offers can work the same way. Okay, the same principle applies far beyond AI avatars. It could be fitness pages. Okay, it could be productivity pages, travel pages, budgeting pages. Okay, the theme page just gives you insight to the market. The audience behavior gives you the clues. You need to pick up on those, and that is where your offer comes from, solving the problem that just keeps on showing up in your comments, your DMs, the engagement that you see from your audience. Okay, the offer can also give the page endless content. You could take those same concerns, issues, problems, the questions that people have, and turn those into to content. This is where the relationship works both ways. Once you understand what your product solves, the problem surrounding the solution becomes more content. Again, suppose you're selling an AI avatar consistency system. Now you create content around why AI characters change faces between scenes, why their clothes changes, why the prompts you put in fail, why voice consistency really matters, and why certain styles are easier to maintain than others, or even why some tools are better to use for specific cases. Every obstacle before the solution becomes just a content idea, and every misconception becomes a post, every objection, a desired outcome, a mistake, and then now that the content does not feel disconnected from your business. It's all working together. The two strengthen each other. You have an ecosystem. And a better way to build a theme page is using the ecosystem right. You see, I would not build the page by finding viral posts and then just copying them until the account grows. Okay? And then I'm going to be hoping to figure out how to monetize it later down the line. I would start with the market. Understand the person you want the page to attract and the outcomes that they already care about. Then create ideas around the problems, the desires, the fears, the questions, the curiosities that live around the outcome. Okay? Make those ideas broad enough to spread, but focus enough that the people that they attract still make sense for your business. As the audience grows, use the content to educate them, build beliefs, establish the page as a trusted source for your audience. Okay? It's a safe place for them to be able to ask questions and be able to get the solutions. When they ask questions, listen carefully. Pay attention to what the audience repeatedly proves it wants help with. Okay? Those signals should influence what you are eventually going to build. That process is simply to understand, even if it takes work to execute it well. Build around a market. Attract attention through relevant ideas. Learn from your audience. Deep trust through your content. That is how it's built. Then create offers around the problem that the market already has shown you it wants. Okay? This is much more powerful than simply trying to build a big Instagram account or a TikTok or an X or a YouTube account. Okay? This is when theme pages become real assets. Okay? It's not just a page with just a random following count. Okay? It becomes a true asset when you have an audience that knows, likes, and trusts you, that you have a product that allows, that fits what your audience is actually wanting, that fits what the market is actually wanting, and it starts generating income from the followers that you have. That is when it becomes an asset. You can publish new products into it, okay? You can test new ideas. You can get it set up that no matter what offer you put into it, that it is going to sell, because you already know what to build, because your audience and the marketplace is telling you what they need or what they want, and you go ahead and you create it, okay? You see, that is when the media, the page that you build, actually starts carrying the attention that it's getting. That's the opportunity, okay? But before you post, I need you to ask yourself these two questions. The first question should not only be whether the idea can get a lot of views, but I need you to ask yourself, if this becomes the biggest post on your theme page, do I want thousands or more of these people that this post is attracting, okay? And then the second one, ask yourself, if I built an entire audience of those people, what problem would they want solved badly enough that they would pay for it? Those two questions will connect your content to your business. It will go from a liability social media page hobby to an actual business, because you are not just building followers. You are building access to the market. And because if you want to understand the market deeply enough and eventually have it tell you what type of content to make or what products to build or even just how to position everything, and you want the problems that are worth solving, this is how you have to actually build your page. Okay? This is why I think theme pages are so much more interesting than most people realize. It's because the opportunity is not simply just going viral. It is building a distribution around a specific market, then turning that into understanding products that your audience already wants. Okay? Build your theme page like a business from the beginning. Okay? If you want to build theme pages like this, use this approach instead of chasing random views. Don't just try to go out and just, post randomly. Actually have a system that you're going to follow, okay? And actually have an understanding of what you're going to do to be able to monetize that page from the beginning. If you need help, if you want a system that follow, I put together my own simple side hustle system to be able to help you do that, okay? It walks you from choosing your niche, setting up your page, creating content that people will actually want to consume, Okay, growing the right audience and understanding how to turn that attention that you get into a real digital asset. Okay, the goal is not simply to build another social media account. That's not it. That's a hobby. It, it is to build a theme page around the right market. It's to help you understand the market better over time and to be able to create opportunities to monetize by giving the audience solutions they already want. And so, if you want the system to be able to do this for yourself, to be able to create these theme pages correctly, to be able to monetize it correctly, I put together the simple side hustle system. It's going to be down in the description. Go ahead and grab that and go get started today.